for people that haven't paid attention to this, people have gone and tried to like dig up outhouses and things, I've heard, and cemetery plots because they think that the treasure could be there. That's pretty stupid, but that's what one of the hints that Forrest released on the Today Show was about, was people going to places that they don't need to be going. Like, he said that it's not associated with any structure, so don't go digging up old outhouses. And so he also released a hint that it's above 5,000 feet, which is anywhere in the Rocky Mountains. Something about being west of Toledo, Ohio, which is the Rocky Mountains. North of Santa Fe, which is the Rocky Mountains. He released in his second book, there's a map that shows the search area stopping at Canada. So, there's that. If you ever think about following these footsteps at all. What else? So, and then he just kind of decided he wanted to stop giving it his full attention, and he stopped going on the Today Show and releasing hints, but the hints weren't really anything anyway. He's continued to do like book signings and stuff, and I think he sometimes answers people's questions about it, but not a lot. He's trying to concentrate on other things. People have said that this was just a guy trying to make some money by selling this book, but I don't want to believe that. I want to believe that it's a guy like me that, had crazy stuff happen in his life, and he just sees this as a way for him to be remembered by the world. I'm never going to forget it. My kids are never going to forget it. I'll go around to schools teaching about this. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to do, because I think it's important to do what I've done this week. It's important for people to be able to be on their own, and it's a skill that kids should have. Maybe that's a good thing that I would do. I don't know. I can't believe I'm wearing slippers. Wearing my slippers. What was I thinking? So in that story, the war for me, my war for me, he talks about a waterfall that he would go to. He would fly by on missions when he was in Vietnam, and he always made a promise to the waterfall that if he came back safe, that he would come and visit the waterfall before he went home. And finally he did that. And when he got there, he found the grass was really long, and that was an important clue for me, but that goes into my later interpretation of the poem. It was like a cemetery with these French soldiers, and the epitaph on the headstone said, if any of you wishes to please my ghost when I have passed this veil, something like that. I'm screwing the poem up, but it says, forgive a sinner and smile at a homely girl. I always thought that was great. I don't know why that would be on a French soldier's tombstone. Maybe I'm screwing up some of the details, but those of you that really care about that detail will already know what I'm talking about. Man, look at this. So there's a picture in the book that I thought about getting tattooed on me, of him. It's just a sketch, I don't know who drew it, of him standing in that long grass holding the headstone with a helicopter behind him, and I thought about getting it on the inside of one of my biceps. I don't know if I'll do that now. Maybe I will, because I've said it. Go America. That was not racist. I'm sorry. That was just a joke. He got rescued, and just a couple days later, he went home. But he talked about contemplating after he got shot down the second time, just walking to the ocean. But then he thought about his responsibilities to his family, his 2 daughters and his wife, and realized that it would not be fair to them to take however long that was going to take. I don't feel like I've allowed this to affect my life. My kids don't even know about this. The time we went to New Mexico last year, they didn't even know that's why we were going. So I don't think it's consumed me in any way, but it's just something that I've enjoyed thinking about, and it's kind of keeps me going when it's rough, thinking about this possibility. But I gotta be one of those people that goes to the end and sees what there is to see. Gotta do it. So other things that maybe stood out to me in the poem, or in the book, was how he would talk about how the fish would be in the places where the river bends and becomes deep and cool. And the long grass that I mentioned, that he pulled up to when he would be bathing in the fire hole in those little spots. I took that and the long grass in the picture in the book to think more specifically about where no place for the meek would be. And I thought, and also more specific with the put in below the home of Brown. The trout are gonna live in the grass, in the deep grass that people aren't gonna go into. That's where you'll cast into, because that's where you know the trout are gonna be. But you don't go there, and that would be further, putting it one step beyond what a person would normally think, as if he put it in the trout grass. So I'm looking for a spot in Iron Spring Creek that is going to have, long grasses where fish might hide. They're not going to be out in the open. People go in those rivers all the time. So, sorry. So there's going to be high traffic areas. He's going to try to keep it away from it. It's going to be places people wouldn't walk. So that's what I'm looking for. But this stretch of the river is long, and it's probably 10 feet wide, at what I can tell from Google Earth. But it's fully blocked from the road too, and makes it scary for bears. But I'll see if I can sneak down there and see how scary it'll be, and maybe go pick up some bear spray before I actually go there. I know it's not a place that's always going to be closed, so hi. So if I don't accomplish this task today, feel free to go to my spot and search it to your heart's content. Don't tear up the land or do anything stupid like that. But be about it the way that I'm being about it. Try to make as little of an impact as possible, but try to get down to that spot and search it the way that you think I would have. Somebody who would buy a wetsuit to, and be thinking about being out here in bad weather and digging through that river. Search it the way that you think I would have thought I would have searched it. without hurting anything. I mean, I'm not even going to use any tools. I brought 2 little metal kebabs that I thought would pay homage to my brother. And the last time that I tried to go treasure hunting with the golf clubs, that was really the only reason I brought them. I thought they might come in handy, but I doubt that I would use them today. But anybody who in the future decides to take up this cause and see if you can find it, feel free to go to that spot, look all up and down that river. I would love to know, because I don't think I'll be back to do it. This is as far as I can take it, is as far as I'm taking it today. So if somebody wants to go a step beyond what I've done, I'd love to know if it's there, and if I just didn't make it far enough. Shut this off now while I go back across this bridge. And then this is Midway Basin, so black sand is next. I really hope that whoever does find the treasure someday, if I don't find it today, will be somebody that respects it. I hope it's just not somebody that sees this video and decides that they're just going to go straight to that spot, because I don't think that's the same as what I've done here. I think you'd have to check out The Alchemist to really understand the way that I feel about it. But I feel like I've taken the footsteps. I've followed my mission, and if I don't find it, I have to see that as this not being my personal legend. Maybe it's just a step on the way to my personal legend, whatever that is. So it's important, I believe, in life, in the time that I've been on my own, it's important to not really have any expectations as much as you can help it, especially of the other people in your life, because you just end up opening yourself up to being disappointed. I can't say that I don't have expectations of my kids, but it's because I sacrificed so much of my life to give them what they have and to get them to where they are. And so I feel good about having some expectations of them, but they're not anything beyond what I think they should be expected to do. I think they have it easy, actually. But I love them so much, and they are totally 100% enough for me. But I just had to see if this was going to be possible. And as mad as I'll be to find out that it is in this spot, if I don't check it thoroughly enough, I'll be even more angry if it's here and no one ever finds it. So I would really implore anyone who watches this video, or however much of this I end up putting out there, I really hope that you come here expecting to respect the place and enjoy all of the beauty that I've enjoyed for the past 3, 4, 5 days on my trip. Don't come here thinking that you're going to just walk in and find the treasure and walk out. It's just not worth it if it's going to be like that, because the chances are too high that you're not going to find it. Something's going to get in your way. If things got in my way, as far as I pushed for this, things are going to get in your way, and you have to say, I don't have anybody with me to be on my ass when I just start to think about giving up. I gotta do that myself. I think this is a journey that you have to take on your own. It's a test of your war face. This will give you a war face. Go put yourself through something like this. Do it by yourself. See if you can make yourself be the guy that goes down there and bring back proof. And I would love to see proof of someone taking this farther than I'm taking it today. Please do. This is not me saying, I hope somebody does it. I'm asking you, somebody go. See if you can push it further than me. See if it's there. Because I respect what this has done for my life. I respect Forrest as a man, as a veteran, this was just a great American that should be remembered. And if I can further the legend of this treasure and get more people to read the thrill of the chase, especially. Too Far to Walk is great too, but the thrill of the chase is great because it tells of him as a boy, and you know, the things that made him a man, and I like that. And he seems to be a guy that really loves his wife, and I love that he has daughters like I do. He looks like he has a happy, grand family. I hope that his name is on someone's tongue forever. I hope that he's not forgotten. I hope if somebody found that Dutch Schultz treasure, that you would please contact me and give me proof so I can put that question to bed too. I would really appreciate it. But I don't think I'm going to be making another search like this, because this was my spot where I thought it would be. There's nothing else made any sense to me. So, have at it. There's the information I have. Take it and run with it. I hope someone is successful, because I have had a blast. Oh, wow. Look at that. This is totally a canyon. The whole place is a canyon. I can't believe a place like this exists on Earth. It looks like something that should be on a flight simulator. Forrest spent all of his childhood years in the summer in a cabin outside Yellowstone. He spent his entire childhood fishing these creeks and stuff. So there's not going to be one that he doesn't know about. You know, and little boys, they'll go sneaking around in places where they're not supposed to be. So maybe that's always been an area that is, human activity is limited, because bears like that spot. It's a freaking badass spot. The bears should have it. Another thing about the treasure, and about how he found that thing that he tripped over and it made him fall down, and then he saw the gravestone. So they were two separate things, but he tripped over it and he fell and saw the gravestone. I think the blaze is going to be something like that. And another thing that I feel like draws me to Forrest, connects me with him spiritually, is he reminds me a lot of the character Andy Dufresne from The Shawshank Redemption, which is literally one of the greatest movies ever made. If you haven't watched it, I'm going to steal this joke, but it's un-American if you have not watched The Shawshank Redemption. So at the end, the main character, I won't go there yet, but he's a guy that gets wrongly accused and sent to prison for killing his wife. And even throughout the course of the movie, sorry for the spoilers, but he ends up meeting a guy in prison that was a cellmate with the guy that actually did kill his wife. So he and everyone he knows in prison know that he's innocent. But he just took it like a grain of salt, like, this is what happened to me, and I just got to do what I got to do with it, And he was, brutalized in there, and he, followed the prison rules, didn't say anything to anybody about anything, kind of stuff. And then he finally gets out at the end of the movie, and he leaves some money for a friend of his. This is Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman playing these characters. Leaves some money for a friend of his under a tree where he had that was special to him, where he like made love to his wife and stuff when he was a kid, when they were happy. And he's marked it with one piece of volcanic glass, and the whole rest of this rock wall leading up to the tree is, it's just unimportant stuff. And then there's this one black volcanic glass that's going to be the marker for whatever he left for him. So he told the guy before he actually got out, he was like, I'm going to leave this at this place for you. And he finds it, and the treasure is right underneath it. This is Biscuit Basin. I know on Biscuit Basin. I'm going to drive past, and the spot is going to be up here soon.
In many ways, we are but sheep following the dictates of other minds, many of which are not as fruitful as our own. So is there a deeper meaning to it all? Can we pour all of the non-physical thoughts and happenings into one cohesive boiling pot that will give us something useful? Could some subliminal gene perhaps be the answer to all that we cannot see but know is there?
The road is open. That's good. So it's not going to be too close to people, so I think it will be back at one of those spots. And I don't think he would have a problem with parking here and walking along the road to one of those spots where you can get through. But I really think that I need to go and buy some bear spray before I try to do this. Cliff Geyser's not really going crazy right now, but this is, I think, our warm water and our water high. You know, it could be that's spring, Cliff Geyser spring, you know, that's high water. But it could be, it could just mean high water as in spring the word, like a, you know, metaphor or whatever, and have just iron and spring be the heavy loads and water high. That's possible too. But right down there, the other side of this is what I need to get through. Got about, some thick woods there. There's gotta be animals in that, but I have to try. Okay, I'm gonna go buy some bear spray in one of these spots. It took me a minute to remember what I had stopped here for. Go buy some bear spray, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do a little inventory of the bag that I'm gonna pack. It's gonna be pretty hilarious. And then I'm gonna start on the hike. I'm gonna drive back down to Black Sand Basin and then hike out of there to the spots where I can see through the tree line. I just got my bear spray, and I had a very, very nice Chinese girl named Mandy help me, so I hope she gets props for that. Alright, so what I have here for my gear list for this little search, which I initially expected to be on my stranger store. I brought my big Oakley backpack, lots of pockets and storage places for stuff. I brought both of Forrest's books, thinking I might read from them or something. It's possible I'll still do that. I've only gone through one bag of my trail mix, but I've, you know, eaten enough, so I think that's good. I got a scuba mask and snorkel. Scuba mask and snorkel. I got a knife. That I probably won't need. Just get it out of the way. I'll take this flashlight just in case. Maui and Son's wetsuit. Just in case I'm gonna go deep. What are these? Hyperflex 3mm sealed gloves. And Neosport 5mm socks. So I should stay dry, theoretically. I brought this stuff to take my picture for the chive with. I took a picture in my bathroom of me wearing this mask and goggles, and I thought that'd be a cool part of the story, to have the photo that gets revealed be a photo of me dressed like I was when I took those couple pictures, and they'd be the first like 5 people to put the 2 and 2 together that it was me. I thought that'd be good. So can I call this gear up now? I'm going to take in the wetsuit stuff and the snorkel gear down to the river. I might take the mask. Yeah, I think I'll take that stuff. But it's early enough to where there's no way I should be down there late. There's my bear spray that I just got. Alright, that's it. Here's all my electronics and stuff I've been carrying around. There's the 2 4-megabyte memory cards. They didn't last too long. Settings for the camera, just in case I needed them. Charger for the computer. Got flat and curved adhesive mounts. That one didn't stick very well at first, but then it stayed on there enough for the kind of driving I was doing, so it was good enough. Yeah, I got waterproof back doors for the cameras. I have 2 of them, but I probably only use one because I'm going to need to be filming myself talking while I'm doing this. So that's that there. This is what my trunk has been looking like. The tent and stuff deep in there. I got a gas can, got a lantern and a little cooler and a gun that I didn't use. Wonder if I should bring the gun with me maybe. I don't know if there's a greater chance that I'll use it in a way that I won't get in trouble, or a greater chance that I'll get in trouble for having it for no reason. And I think getting in trouble for having it for no reason, if this place is closed to the public right now, then I'd be going to a place that's closed to the public with a firearm. So I think I will not do that. That's why I bought bear spray anyway, because I don't want to kill a bear. But so we're going to stay here. And my air mattress has been going, my foam mattress has been going on top of this. And back seat. My clothes are in that Tupperware thing. Random toiletries and stuff. It was nice knowing that I was going to be in the car the whole time. Oh, I gotta definitely take my chive stickers. Because I was able to just lay it all out. I didn't have to pack everything real nicely into a suitcase or anything. I was just able to just throw it out there all. And I've not needed most of it. I over-prepared, which I guess is better than under-preparing. One thing I did forget was a pillow and any other blankets. So this morning at like 3:30, it was way too freaking cold in the tent for me, and I had to get in the car. I'll talk about that while I'm walking. I brought my Navy deck jacket, and I brought 2 different hoodies, zip-down hoodies. I'll bring one of them, and I brought a raincoat, and I'll bring that. That's about it. I'm taking 3 liters of water and bottles that I picked up along the way. I'm going to fill that one up. Another 3 full liters of water. I'm going to take the rest of that 1 bag of trail mix. Just this much. And I'm going to take the rest of my granola bars, which will be, I think probably about 8 packs of the 12, maybe 6. I'll check and make sure that's the food I'm bringing. I'm going to take the gun just because I may have to worry about humans on the way back to the car if I do find something. But it's going to be completely unloaded in my bag, and the bullets will be separate from the gun. So I have no intention of using this against wildlife, none whatsoever. Yeah, I'm not going to kill a bear because I'm somewhere I'm not supposed to be, just because I have the ability to do so. That would be my fault. Alright, so, here we go. I also have 3 padlocks. One of them takes keys, and I'll leave one of the keys in the car, and the other 2, the combinations are still on them. So I will just leave their combinations in the car with the key from the other lock. But I also have some chain that I just got off of it was another good omen, I thought. I have some chain that I got off of a swing that had fallen down in my friend's place, and I just used the chain. I know somebody could just clip right through it if they wanted to, but there's nothing holding this thing shut as far as it looks on the pictures I've seen. So I brought some chain and some locks to wrap it up for the walk back. Alright, I'm headed down to Black Sand Basin now. Got my bag all packed up. I changed my shorts to some tighter ones so I don't have to wear a belt. And I changed my underwear to my workout shorts because if I do decide to put the wetsuit on, I'm gonna need to have something that's easier for the wetsuit to slide over. My boxers wouldn't work, and I don't want to have to strip naked out here. But so I have that stuff. Everything managed to fit into the pack somehow. This camera is really low on batteries, so I'm gonna put it in the head-mounted, or I'm gonna put it in the one that is gonna have the waterproof back, because that's not gonna have any sound. So that's the one I'll use the least from here on out anyway. From now on, everything's gonna be what I see is what you see from when I get to Black Sand Basin. Okay? Wish us luck.
Later, I would laugh at myself, and certainly wasn't going to tell anyone about the Philadelphia caper. The flight surgeon would have grounded me for sure. But I would remember the feeling it brought, and I would later tie it into others that would be equally as humbling. My personal contribution to the Vietnam War was of dubious distinction. I had been shot down once in the south of that country, and once again in Laos.
A quick video of me reflected in the back of the car with my bag on, all my essentials. That's all you get. And there's my car. Down that way and across the road is Old Faithful. Down that way is just some creek that is not in the canyon down from where warm water halts. I believe this is where warm water halts, and we're going in this canyon. This whole place is a canyon, but I mean, even right there, the river's an even smaller canyon. And that Cliff Geyser could also be water's high. In the name, Iron Spring Creek, which is where we are, that could be heavy loads and water high, iron and spring. You know, so there's a couple of things that brought me to this place, but I'm going to try to get into the river, or down to the river, down there somewhere outside of the basin, and hopefully I won't be cutting by too many signs, because I don't really want to do anything illegal, but I gotta do this.